Today we are gonna build a new Lego minifigure habitat for the Queen of Hearts. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back from my holiday, so recently you haven't been seeing much new mocks. The latest one was a couple of weeks ago, the minifigure habitat for the Snake Charmer. And today we are gonna go back to the Disney minifigures, and here we have one from the latest series of CMF, the Disney CMF for the 100th anniversary, which is the Queen of Hearts. So let's build an habitat around this. By the way, just to have a quick look at the minifigure, this is a dual face, so we're gonna turn it around to the other one so I can show you the angry face as well. So we are gonna go for this one today. Now, as usual, we have our 8x8 base. As you can see, I already built up a little bit of green terrain over here. It's not a particular pattern except for a few studs that I will need later on. Now, over here at the back of the scene, I want to build one of the cards, the sort of soldiers that follow the queens around, and I decided to go with this structure over here. Here I use a tile lettering kind of thing. Unfortunately, I don't have this square. It's only a 1x1 round tile, so I have to work around with that. I try to use some curved corners on four sides, and at the bottom I have another structure like this. I try to lift it up a little bit on one side to make it look like this card is flexing and walking. We have an heart in the middle, so this is the Ace of Hearts. And you will see also that there is not a full connection over here, so I connect well only on one side, so I can have a little bit of a flexed effect. As you know, I always try to push a little bit the limit of what I can do in between an 8x8 habitat. Now, we need to give to this figure character sort of thing some legs. So here I have an angle stud to which I attach this toothpiece, so I can have one over here, and same thing on top to add one little arm. And I did the same thing on the other side. Here you can see already building up a little bit of the sky, and here is holding up a sort of sword kind of thing. Over here for the face I use a dot sort of tile, again not any particular pattern, but I think it works well for this. Maybe it would have been nice to have a curved jumper over here. I think now they release a new part. This is like a half 1x2 sort of jumper. But I don't have any of those. Over on the top, we are going to complete with the sky. I didn't want to go with anything too bright for the sky, so I think this one works well. And here you can see I have some light gray and dark gray parts, because in the scene, in the movie, there is a sort of gray sort of bush on the side. So I try to sort of recreate that in a way, and this is the solution I came up with without wasting too many parts. And then on top here we can complete the sky and close it on top with a tile. Now over here on the left I want to build a tree where there are the flowers, the roses that get painted in red in the scene. So for the trunk of the tree I decided to use this rifle piece that is going to connect over there, and I think has a interesting shape. I used this technique before in one build, sort of winter build that I did for Brixcalibur a few months ago. I recommend you to check it out. There's some interesting techniques. And for the tree, I use a combination of small leaves with the smaller one and some flowers in red. And then one flower is not in gray or white, so I try to find the color that works the better. And then I use this plume piece to make it look like the color is dropping down from the flower, but it doesn't work as I expected, honestly. I would have to find maybe a better solution for that. I'm gonna connect that at the back, and now here we have the tree that it works sort of okay. Now over here I want to create a little bit more details, because all this red paint then actually drop on the floor in the scene. So I'm gonna add a few more parts to make a drop of red paint that go actually even outside of the scene, and we can use another one of this sort of plume to make it even more interesting outside of the scene. just laying it on the ground there. I want to add the bucket also. So to the bucket, we're going to add a stud inside to make it look like it's full of paint. And we are going to put it just over there. And then I try to use a sausage piece to have a curved line that goes around at the back. And this one also works okay, but I'm not super happy about it. Now, as you can see, it's almost complete. Of course, we can add our Queen of Hearts here in the center. She's blocking a little bit the view of the cards. Maybe I could have bring it a little bit forward, but I'm quite happy with the overall scene. And then here we had another star left. I thought that would be a nice addition to actually add the rabbit. I actually built a white rabbit some time ago. You can see it on screen now. I will put a link down in the description if you want to check it out. And here is the completed scene for my habitat for the Queen of Hearts. I have some other Disney minifigure from the recent series that you might stay tuned on the channel because soon I'm gonna build them. Meanwhile, we can look at this together with the Snake Charmer, see how they look next to each other. There we go. And if you like Disney habitat like this one, I highly recommend you to go and check out one of my favorites that was the Jasmine and Princess Jasmine from Aladdin habitat that I did not long ago on my channel. Thank you very much for watching and I will see you on the next video. Ciao, ciao!